Would you take fine dining recommendations from two guys who made tires? Andre and Eduardo, the Michelin brothers. They were looking for a way to promote their tires, but not overtly. So they went about creating a travel guide, gave some tips in France when they only had about 3,000 cars. So what do? They put this guide out. And they were doing it started like in the 1900s, and then about 1920, they started selling it. So this guide started gaining traction slowly, and then they realized what people value what they pay for. They had an idea. When this wasn't created by some marketing guys, this was these two brothers put their heads together, and they were doing something that was revolutionary at the time. And even though they weren't culinary experts, they positioned themselves as experts and inserted themselves into the travel and dining industries. So what are the practical applications for you? Create a demand for what you sell. Michelin just promoted tires. They created demand for dining and travel, which naturally led to an increase in tire sales. The application, instead of just selling a product, think about the behaviors that would increase the need for what you offer. So if you're a coach, how could you create a demand for coaching before you even try to sell it? The second thing is think beyond your industry. The Michelin brothers weren't in travel and dining, but they inserted themselves in that industry. It seemed as though it was unrelated, but it was directly connected to their business. Driving, you got to get up and go to the restaurant. It's going to encourage people to travel. And then you had recommendations on where to go and eat. And they started this rating system and got to a point where chefs, restaurants would see an increase in their business just based off of the rating from the Michelin Guide, the little red book. So think about where you could position yourself. Let's say you're a content coach. You could insert yourself into entrepreneurship, storytelling, branding, or the personal growth industry.